Well, hello, everybody. You're watching Funny Old Guys. I am the comedy thief, and beside me is the renowned surgeon, Dr. Fatpacker. Say hello there, Doc.
Well, guten Tag, everybody. So glad to have you here watching us today.
We're going to have a funny old time, aren't we? Just we're going to laugh and cackle. Homeless Charlie, you're looking a little disheveled today, but say hello to our enormous crowds.
Well, hello to our enormous crowds.
So anyway, folks, what we do is we tell jokes, you laugh, we have a wonderful time. And before we do that, we have a point of conversation just between the three of us funny old guys. Dr. Fanpacker, what is our point of conversation for today?
Oh, Val, I saw the movie Big the other day with Tom Hanks,
Yep.
And I thought maybe it'd be something that we should think about. What would happen if your 5-year-old self inhabited your current body? What would be the first thing you would do?
You want me to go first there, Charlie, or do you want to go first?
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
This is such an easy one. I would do what I do now. I pee in my pants.
Well, some people don't age, Val. What can you say? How about you, comedy thief?
Well, I would kind of do the same thing, okay? Because I would say, Mom, I'd really like to go back to that diaper thing. It worked really well early on. That's
Oh my goodness.
what I would say.
I would just go for ice cream. I don't know.
Hey, that's even better.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Dr. Fanpacker, tell us a joke.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was meeting a friend of mine over at the bar where I go to, and he walked in and he noticed two pretty girls that were sitting near him. He heard one of the girls say 9 to the other. And he felt very pleased with himself, and he swaggered over and he said that the girl in the corner had just rated him 9 out of 10. And I said, well, I'm sorry to say this to you, but they were speaking in German when I walked in.
Oh, so the rating wasn't quite as good.
No, not quite.
After all. Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, I was looking for a new sofa that I could put out in the alley. And the guy at the furniture store told me that it would seat 5 people without any problems. Well, then it occurred to me that I don't know 5 people without any problems.
So,
good point.
well, this piece of rope walked into a bar, which is a very tough thing to do for a piece of rope, and sat at the bar. Did we use this one already? No. And the bartender says, get out of my bar. We don't serve rope here, and kicked him out. So the rope went into the alleyway, and he very carefully tied himself up into a configuration, and then he took the end of himself and he scratched it very heavily against the brick wall, and then he walked back into the bar. And the bartender looked at him and said, say, aren't you that piece of rope that was in here 2 minutes ago? And the rope said, no, I'm afraid not. Oh, that is awful.
Oh, speaking of guys walking into bars, when I was in the bar the other day, this drunk guy come walking in through the front door and he was stumbling and bubbling, and the bartender yelled over to him, get out of here, you're too drunk. And he turned around, he walked away. About 5 minutes later, he came in again from one of the side doors and he stumbled up to the bar, and the bartender says, I told you, get out of here. And he left again. Then the third time he came in from the other side door, and the bartender says, I told you, get out of here. You're too drunk. And the drunk guy looked at him and he said, do you work in every bar here?
Oh, my goodness. He was really drunk. By golly. Homeless Charlie, go for it.
Well, I've got an idea for you two guys. It's sort of a cooking tip. Do you ever get tired of boiling water every time you want pasta? Well, if you do, what you should do is boil a few gallons at the beginning of the week and then freeze it for later.
What a wonderful idea. Speaking of old age, Dr. Fatpacker, I think
Oh, yeah.
we have to get homeless Charlie to a therapist.
Oh, why is that?
Well, this boiling water thing and the ice cubes and the freezing, he's a very strange man.
Oh, well, that's why we have him here.
So anyway, let's see here. From my list.
You're checking it twice. We're getting into that.
Oh, what the heck?
What did the who?
What did the turkey say to the blind hunter?
Boy, I don't know.
He said, moo. I'm reaching, folks. I
I
understand.
can tell that. That's okay. So that my attorney friend was telling me he had a guy that was accused of a murder. He went into a conference with him and he told him, I have some good news and I have some bad news for you. Oh, and the guy says, well, what's the bad news? He goes, well, the bad news is your blood is all over the crime scene and the DNA tests prove you did it.
Whoa.
And he goes, well, what's the good news? Your cholesterol is 130.
It's perfect. 1 out of 2 is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Homeless Charlie, it's your turn.
Well, the other day I was walking down a country road
Ooh.
and I yelled cow at a woman on a bike and she gave me the finger.
Well.
Then she plowed her bike straight into the cow.
Oh, you were trying to be so very helpful.
Oh, well, you can look those things up while the other guy's talking if you'd like.
The other day,
Yeah.
I was out in the woods and I saw a turkey that was limping.
Limping.
You know what the turkey said?
I can hardly wait.
Wobble, wobble.
Wobble, wobble.
They're gonna, folks.
He used to be a weevil.
Folks, they're gonna kick me off the show.
I can see that.
Okay, it's all up to you there, Doctor.
All right, well, there you go. So I was looking through the attic the other day and I came across a ticket from one of the local shoe repair shops, and the date that was stamped on the ticket, it was over 11 years old. Wow. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll try and see if I can pick them up. So I went to the shoe store and I just handed him the ticket. I didn't say anything. And he says, just a minute, I'll have to look for these. And he disappears. And he comes back, I hear him yelling, here they are. I said, no kidding. And he comes out and he goes, geez, who would have thought they'd been here all this time? And he walked out and he said, well, they'll be ready on Thursday.
Oh. Typical shoe repair, by God. Homeless Charlie.
Well, late one night last week, my buddy Jack, he takes a shortcut through the cemetery and he hears a tapping sound and he becomes scared and he walks a little faster, but the tapping gets louder. And Jack is really frightened. Then he notices a man chiseling a tombstone. He says, thank goodness, to the man. You gave me the fright of my life. He said, why are you working so late? And he said, they spelled my name wrong.
Okay, guys, here is the definition of the word circumvent. Circumvent. Okay? Now, it's not the normal definition that you folks might consider being correct. Circumvent means you're in the hospital and it's that little opening in the front of your pants just before you go in for a snip job. Circumvent. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Fanpacker, I know I'm reaching. Well, see, I don't have a lot of material today.
Speaking of definitions, I just found a great definition for sex.
Oh,
Yeah, sex is like air. It's not important until you're not getting any.
that's very true. That's very true. Almost Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, the other day I went in the liquor store and I bought a wine box. And I'm thinking of taking it back to complain. It said, once opened, it would last 6 weeks, but it only lasted me 3 hours.
Yeah, that terrible advertising. I would sue them. I would sue them. Well, what's the difference, speaking of sex, what's the difference between women's boobs and Manhattans? And the answer is one's not enough and three's too many. That's
all right. So now you're starting to come up a bit. Okay, very good. You're finding.
I'm making this stuff up on the run here. Dr. Fanpacker, this is your last one.
Oh, one of my neighbors who's elderly and retired, they wobbled into the ice cream shop and they very carefully and slowly climbed up onto the counter stool. And he wheezed for a moment and he ordered a chocolate sundae. And the server said, crushed nuts? And he goes, no, bad knees.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. I loved it. Almost Charlie, last one.
Well, a cop's first day on the job, he calls in that he sees a suspect dancing naked in the middle of the street. And the dispatcher says, copy that. And the cop replies, well, I'll try, but I'm not much of a dancer.
My girlfriend, Bambi.
Oh, Bambi. I love Bambi stories.
Yeah.
The other day, she asked me what I wanted for my birthday. And I said, honey, surprise me. So she got me a restraining order is what she got. So anyway,
have to pick better girlfriends.
We're done. We're out of here. There's no more jokes. We're done. But wait a minute. I almost forgot. We invite a very famous celebrity to be in our very next video. And the celebrity we're inviting this week for next week's video is Kim Novak, the beautiful.
Oh, I loved her
beautiful
looking candle.
Oh, wasn't she a beauty? Kim Novak, the movie star. So Kim, I know you're living in.
No, she's not living anywhere. She's in that same cemetery that the guy's doing the chipping on.
No, she's alive, doctor.
Oh, she is?
She is alive.
Oh my, well, I'm very happy about that.
Well, so is she.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So anyway, Kim Novak, you have 24 hours to check in with Funny Old Guys at funnyoldguys@gmail.com. And Kim, if you don't check in, we're going to put you in the trash bin. So this is the comedy thief at Funny Old Guys saying goodbye and passing along for his farewell and his 3 words to Dr. Fanpacker.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Kim. I hope you're not watching this and think that you're dead. That would be terrible. But anyways, if you are watching it, don't forget to subscribe. Please, it would be very nice of you.
And Homeless Charlie, why don't you say goodbye to our wonderful, wacky women and men?
Well, goodbye to our wonderful, wacky women and men.
That was very good. All right, everybody wave. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you at the next video.